Troop F has a problem with doing well-being checks on senior citizens and others that have been violated, abused, and the perpetrators were let out of jail from Coos County, Grafton County, wherever they were housing them, but they did not let the victims know. So there's many reports that have been submitted to U.S. Federal Court, Concord, New Hampshire, the Attorney General's office, as well as Department of Safety, Public Records Department, and a request for investigation into Troop F, Berlin Police, and the judicial system, as well as Grafton County Courthouse, and the way that it was handled at the jail with the charges from Coos County. So let's find out what's going on, because the night that the perpetrators were let out of jail, the ones that were charged with assault and assault with a deadly weapon against a police officer resisting arrest, they were let out on PR after being held on $1,500 cash bail until, so somebody knows someone in the system, obviously, because with those kind of charges and all of the evidence that's coming forward, there's no way that these two people should be out in the public. And mind you, it started with DHHS and Troop F showing up at the house in Stratford, doing a well-being check as a report that had been made to DHHS in regards to me and the elderly that's been abused. Okay. Well, I reported to them and they say body cam was on about the pill that one of the assailants tried giving and enforcing that the 94-year-old take. She spoke on her own behalf about that. And so why is it, again, that these two people are out of jail and they got out? Not only did they get out on PR bail, but they also got returned to the home where this all took place. And they were already harassing and threatening before they made it to the door. So I'm going to share this with you. This is me speaking with Troop F and Susie, speaking to Troop F to find out, what are you going to do? And he blatantly refuses to do a well-being check on the 94-year-old who had been previously abused.
Not heard from. So who is your supervisor? Who's your supervisor? Because I will be contacting them tomorrow. I made sure that lady is safe. We've not heard from her. So I suggest you find out what happened to her and you make sure that you are speaking with, I'm not raising my voice, but I'm letting you know that those ladies are in danger. Listen to me. I've had enough of, no, you don't need any information on me, but I've got plenty of, I don't need to, but I'm going to give you the information you need. You are going to be reported tomorrow. I've asked you for your supervisor's name. You've declined that, sir. This is not going to fly. You have endangered people out there. Do you want to continue to be rude and out of the way? Because I will file a lawsuit summing up Kimberly Crossan's lawsuits against you. Okay? That's a promise. So I would suggest you go do a well-being check. You go do a well-being check at 654 Bog Road, and you make sure that Kimberbell is safe. And I will make sure that everybody, because you know they've been abused. It was reported they went to jail, they got out, and they're back at that house abusing those ladies again. Wendy and Wanda, you're very well aware of it, sir. Therefore, you will be... Listen. You got the call earlier. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't care if you consent. I am recording for my own safety and purposes against all of you. This recording will be used. Thank you. Look, you're sitting here arguing with somebody that you shouldn't be arguing with, sir. I told you, I don't care if you consent to a recording or not. For my own safety purposes, you're recorded and you're reported. Hold on now. First of all, First of all, you're on record still, and you're not making any sense. You're on record, and you have not answered my question. So with that being said, knowing that you are live... Yeah, no, don't tell me what my question was, sir. Okay? Somebody better be checking into the situation there and the well-being of Flora before Bog Road, because she's not been heard from. And that, no, I don't need to. You people assisted out of your jurisdiction. You're responsible. Duty. Failure of duty, sir. I don't care. Don't argue with me. You sent one there before. You should have done your job in the beginning. The job should have been done in the beginning, and it wasn't thoroughly investigated, nor was it properly handled. So therefore, you can be lawsuited as well. For the arguing and ignorance, you will be lawsuited. Good.
What I am doing is I'm writing the information down. My victim witness coordinator is not in the office today.
All right, thank you.
I'm writing down your information, and I will send her an email as well in case she's monitoring that. And what is the best contact you believe that a crime has been committed by these two during the course of their release? I would strongly encourage you to call I'm assuming the state police are prosecuting this?
Yes, it was, it was the State Police Troop F and Berlin responded.
Okay. And where are you located, ma'am? Where do you live?
Bog Road, B-O-G Road, Stratford. And I had to leave there. Because I was threatened before they even came through the door. They were screaming, hollering, and carrying on their threats.
Have you called the state police?
Yes, I did. I spoke with, and I also relayed all of my conversations to the captain of Troop F, as well as I called Concord and made them very well aware at the Department of Safety. Vincent Greco has declined to contact me back. I also called the police academy to make them aware, Major Bailey aware, that these troopers are not doing their jobs. They're not properly investigating. And somebody at that courthouse somebody is responsible for me being out of my residence due to being victimized again. And now again, I have a pacemaker. And that means I've got a disability, a heart condition, and it heightens the intensity of the case. I've got filed lawsuits, Crossan versus State of New Hampshire, for similar situations like this, and I'm going to amend my filings in Concord because of this. And I want everybody to be made aware of that. These cases were filed January 2nd, 2025. Crossan versus State of New Hampshire, the Attorney General, the Governor, and the State Police. And I will further my charges against them and amend filed orders to all the distress and punitive damages included. So I'm asking that somebody contact me because we're going on almost a month now. And no domestic witness, victim, advocate, nobody has contacted me. And that's another violation of my rights. And I want to mind you, I teach the Constitution.
I have the information written down here. And as I already said, Erin Qualter, the victim witness coordinator, she's not in the office today.
Okay, thank you.
If she was in the office, I would have already directed your call to her.
I trust you.
However, I hear what you're saying. I appreciate the phone call. I am aware that the cases were bound over.
Okay.
And like I said, though, they're not assigned to me personally, so I can't comment on everything you're telling me. Other than I do share your stress here and your distress about that. That makes perfect sense to me.
Well, and who else could I contact? Or should I wait for the victim advocate? Because I have the police never.
This is the right number to contact.
Okay.
Right.
I have shared evidence that the police never came to listen to or look at, and it's 13 minutes of the being threatened, being told they're going to kill us, being told that they're going to have us locked up in Concord, all kinds of crazy stuff, these women. So they really ought to be looking at Concord themselves, having an evaluation, and I want that noted.
I understand that. There's only so many things that I can do, though.
Right.
At the county attorney's office, we do have the files. I recognize their names, and so what I will do is I will make sure my victim witness coordinator contacts you regarding what the state police are doing or police standards and training and other individuals. I have no authority or say over them. However, I will note here that you have been in contact with the state police. and you may have more evidence of the crimes that have been committed against you. And I will put that in here.
Several witnesses that were there to see it happen as well.
Okay, crimes and evidence.
Yeah, and DHHS. There was a DHHS worker that showed up, and Floribel, the 94-year-old, the other victim, she told DHHS and the state trooper the day before this incident took place. She told them about Wendy trying to feed her a pill, a psychiatric pill that was prescribed to Wendy. I've got pictures of it. I've got the threats all on the house recording from the monitor.
I cannot accept evidence of crimes. I'm writing down the best way to make sure that as soon as people are available, we can reach out to you, and my victim witness coordinator can direct you with that information.
Okay, I appreciate you very much.
I know you have a lot on your mind. I know you have a lot on there, but I'm coming. I can only help you with very specific.
No, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. So there you have it. I am going to suggest one last time that anybody have information pertaining to the abuse of seniors or disabled in the area of Groveton, Stratford, Lancaster, come forward. Thank you.